Hey James, so as a gay dude, I wanted to talk a little bit about representation in Hollywood, specifically in regards to the Golden Globes this past weekend and everything that has happened since. This year's Golden Globes saw a lot of amazing wins for oftentimes underrepresented communities within Hollywood. We saw Atlanta win, we saw Donald Glover win for Atlanta, we saw Tracee Ellis Ross win for Blackish, we saw Viola Davis win for Fences, and we also saw Moonlight win Best Picture, which was a complete and utter, not shock because it's an amazing movie exploring the complexities of growing up as a man of color who is also gay, but it was so interesting because all the awards beforehand in the motion picture categories had been going to La La Land, so everyone figured, oh my god, the whitest movie ever made is going to win Best Picture, and in a complete surprise, which was amazing to see, Moonlight took home the Golden Globe for Best Picture, and it was so great to see that these underrepresented communities, both people of color and the LGBT community, could be celebrated at this award show. Like I said, La La Land was getting a lot of accolades for, you know, Best Song, Best Actress, Best Actor, and it was cool. I love the movie. It was a great film, but my god, it's one of the whitest things I have ever seen. I mean, La La Land is great for what it is, but the fact that this movie starts off with a big, roaring musical number, and spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, it starts off with a big musical number, and the first woman we see in this movie is a woman of color. And she kicks off the entire movie, and then from there, we get Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling as our leads, and it's like, okay, we get it. They're white. It's a white man who's obsessed with jazz and a white woman who wants to become an actress in Hollywood, and like, those are great stories, but we've seen similar stories told. It's great to see stories like Moonlight being told and getting praise for how amazing they are and how different they are, because those stories are made for people who are in these groups, people who are not often seeing themselves represented within Hollywood, and the fact that these movies are taking home the big awards of the night, it sends a message out to people who maybe haven't seen these movies or maybe didn't even know these movies existed. They can look at this and go, wow, I can actually finally see myself in Hollywood. This is fantastic. I also want to tie this topic into Meryl Streep's amazing speech for her Lifetime Achievement Award. Meryl Streep, what is there to say? She is the shining light of 2017. She is the savior. She will bring forth peace and justice into this world because she's not afraid to call our president-elect out on his bullshit. As a gay man who grew up with a little sister who had a disability, my little sister Brienne has Down syndrome, it was amazing to see a woman of such high privilege as Meryl Streep take the opportunity to not celebrate herself with this Lifetime Achievement Award, but to hold Donald Trump accountable for when he mocked Sergei Kowalski, I believe is how you pronounce his name, the reporter who had a disability, who asked a question at a rally, and he chose to take it out on the reporter, and he chose to mock him in such a way that was very unflattering, very ableist, and Meryl Streep is holding him accountable. She is making sure that people know that this is not okay, that this is not normal for a president of a country to be doing. She is sending the message that we will not stand for this. And of course, we're already seeing some backlash from the right. People like Tomi Lahren, who I even hate saying her name out loud. I'm just gonna call her Tiny Lasagna from now on. She went on one of her famous rants to talk about how the people watching MMA fighters and football are the ones who are going out and watching these movies that Meryl Streep is starring in. So without those people, Meryl Streep wouldn't have a career and artists wouldn't have anything to say. Tiny Lasagna, do you not realize that we are making movies, us artists are making these movies not for those people. We're making those movies for the people that are underrepresented in these communities. We're not looking to make a movie for middle-class white America, people who are out there being raised to believe that their way of life is the only way that matters. We are making movies, we are making TV for people who are not represented in media, so that the people that these people associate with, the Midwesterners who are so close-minded and bigoted and don't believe that anyone else but themselves is important in this country, we want to show those other people that they are important, that they do matter. And Meryl Streep took that time to say that people who aren't represented, people who are underrepresented, matter, and that we need to stick up for them. We need to take our privilege. Meryl Streep is a shining example of how to take your privilege and use it for good. We need to keep making movies like Moonlight. We need to keep making TV shows like Blackish, like Atlanta. We need to keep putting people in roles who are never usually seen on film and television, at least up until this point. We need to make those roles available for them. We need to take our privilege and be able to use that to help people flourish and to show others around the world that their voices matter. So do I believe the Golden Globes was completely representative of Hollywood at large? I think we still have some growing to do. Like I said, the fact that La La Land won all of these awards just was so confusing to me because it was the whitest thing to ever white before. But again, great movie. Great movie. I love it. Didn't deserve Best Picture, so I'm glad that Moonlight got it. And I hope that winning this award will help people realize that movies like this can be made, because we need them in today's society. Moving forward over the next 4 years as we look out on this bleak and terrifying landscape that is a Trump presidency, we need people to be creating more movies like this. And awarding Moonlight Best Picture at the 2017 Golden Globes sends a clear message that these movies are going to get made, no matter what. No matter what kind of society we live in, as long as we can, we are going to keep making art like this because it matters. So James, I want to hear from you as a straight man. How do you think the Golden Globes handled diversity in Hollywood? How do you believe that representation is going in Hollywood in general? And what do you think we can do to improve it? For those of you out there watching too, leave us a comment down below letting us know what you thought about Meryl's speech, about all the backlash from Trump, from Tiny Lasagna, and just the media in general. That's my video this week for Gay Dude Straight Dude. Tune in next week and make sure to watch James's video on Thursday. Bye guys!